Traders, so in this video we're going to talk about how you can never lose another single Forex trade in your entire life. That's right. So all I ask in return for that little secret is going to be a like on this video, and if you want to keep up to date with all of the Forex content that I post, subscribe so you never miss another video. So I'm sure you're going to like this video. Make sure to watch it all the way till the end because you will improve if you watch this video. I can almost guarantee that. So watch it till the end and I'll see you guys. Let's get into it.
Okay, so the first step, obviously, to stop losing so much in Forex is going to be increasing your win rate. Obviously, if you increase your win rate, you won't be losing as much. But how do we actually increase our win rate, right? It's a simple thing to say, but definitely a difficult thing to do. But the answer actually is extremely simple. If you're not doing this already, it's going to be following the trend. So there are two ways we can follow the trend in the Forex markets, and I'm going to teach you both of them today, so make sure to keep watching. We're going to go over, firstly, our classical way of identifying a trend. It's something I talk about on this channel literally almost every single time I post, and that is going to be higher highs and higher lows, okay? So if our graph or chart or whatever you want to call it is making higher highs, higher lows, or lower lows, lower highs, right? If it's doing something like this, or if it's doing something like this, this is an uptrend, this is a downtrend. So basically, it's in an uptrend if it is moving from the bottom left corner of your screen to the top right, and if it's in a downtrend, it's going to be moving from the top left to the bottom right. Or another way of looking at it is, obviously, if we make a higher low, right? This is a higher low, and then we make another new high. So this is a higher high, and then a higher low, and then you get the point, higher high. So we're making higher lows because this low right here is higher, this low right here is higher than this low right here. And we're making higher highs because this high right here is higher than this high right here. And then the downtrend is the exact opposite, right? We have our lower highs and lower lows. Why is that this a lower high? Because this high is lower than this high. And why is this a lower low? Because this low is lower than this low. So as long as you can identify that in the chart, then you can identify the trend. So boom, you can now increase your win rate just like that because you have about a 60 to 70% chance of being right as long as you are trading within this uptrend or trading within this downtrend, meaning that 60 to 70% of the time the market is making higher highs, higher lows, one after the other, or lower lows or lower highs, lower lows. So let's actually put this into practice right now and see what happens. We're just going to do a very basic example. We're just going to short every time there is a lower high and or the opposite, right? We're just going to short in a downtrend and buy in an uptrend. So right now, what do we have? We have clearly a high right here. So let's just mark this out, or a low. Sorry, I get them confused all the time. Might have a form of dyslexia, who knows? We get this lower low, right? So now we know that the market is in a downtrend. We just made a lower low, broke through this low, so we have now a lower low. So we're just going to short into this swing, expecting the market to do something like this. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's just play this. Okay, so where are we going to get short? Well, just using classical technical analysis, we're just going to get short at the first level of structure. Let's just say somewhere in this blue zone here. We're not even trying to be that accurate. I'm just trying to prove the point that you can be almost inaccurate, and as long as you're trading within the trend, you can have a higher win rate. If you're trading against the trend, you are destroying your win rate. So let's just say we're going to get short right in the middle of this zone right here, and let's say our stop loss is above this high, because if that high is broken, then the trend changes. And our target is going to be at this low because we expect that low to be broken, right? We expect a lower high followed by a lower low. So we expect that low to be broken. So now let's just see what happens here. We're going to press play, give it some time. Okay, we are now in, and let's see what the market does. Okay, we're getting chopped up a little bit, right? We're in some drawdown, we're losing. Now we are in profit. Okay, let's stop it right there. Let's make sure our position actually gets, entered. So So we're still in the position, and let's see, and there we go. Okay, so that is a winning trade right there. Let's mark that in the books. Now let's do the same process over again. I know it's going to sound repetitive, but I need to get this into your skull because we need to understand this very simple concept, or you need to understand this very simple concept. I already understand it, right? So this is not for me, this is for you. So make sure to listen, because I'm going to have to be that tough teacher to get this through to your head so that you can stop losing in Forex. And remember, you can never technically stop losing. There's never such thing as a 100% win rate. So now we have our lower low, right? Exactly what we thought would happen happened. So now we're going to do the same thing over again. We now have that lower low, so we expect a lower high. So let's just do our technical analysis one more time. Let's say we got structure right here, right? This is broken resistance, or this is broken support turning into resistance. So that should be a level of resistance. I'm actually going to just take this off just so you can see this better. Then we have a little bit of support broken right there. Okay, so we have two levels of resistance, a little bit over here as well, actually, right in here. So we have a ton of resistance. Let's just pick one randomly. Let's do this one right in the middle, right? That's a good even place to get short. So now we are going to get short again, right? Because we're still in a downtrend. And let's just put our stop loss way up here. Take profit. Let's just put it down here. Actually, you know what? Let's put our stop loss a little bit. That's a little bit of a big stop loss. Let's say we don't really want to take that big of a hit. So stop loss is going to be right above this little short-term high there. And then our target, we'll just put it, let's say, at a 1-to-1, right? Risking $1 to make $1. So let's play it again and let's see what happens. We are trading the downtrend. We are entered. Okay, we are now. Oh, well, there it is, just like that. Okay, so that is another winning trade. Let's keep playing it. So we now have, right, let's just keep drawing it out just like I showed you. We now have a lower low. So let's see if we can get short. I mean, man, this happened pretty quick. Okay, so, I mean, this is difficult because now I can actually see what already happened, but let's just say, for the sake of this example, we got short on this zone, right? Because we already marked out this zone way ahead of time, so we should be actually, you know, this zone was already marked, so we should have definitely considered that for an entry point. But, you know, I did already see what happened, so maybe we can just cancel this example, but let's just see what happens just for the sake of it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's another win right there. Okay, getting short on that pullback, and we got that lower low. So look at what's happening here. Look how the market is going lower low, lower high, or lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And it'll just keep doing this over and over again until it doesn't, right? Until it breaks through a high and then the trend changes. So if we were to get short right here, right, this looks like it's going to break, but let's just say we get short right in the middle here, stop loss above this high, target down here. Let's see what happens here. Okay, and we lose that one. So that is a loss. Now, however, the trend has changed, so we change our trading bias. So now, guess what? Instead of selling, we're going to be buying. Instead of shorting, we're going to be buying. So we're going to mark out, let's get rid of our examples right here. And again, I'm going to keep going, keep doing this just to make sure you understand. So let's mark out our levels. What do we have? We have, let's see here, we have a little bit of a support level right in here. That looks good to me. Let's just buy right in there and see what happens. See if we can get an entry point. Okay, we're in. We're going to put our stop loss below this low here. And the target is going to be, let's just put that at a 1-to-1. Let's see what happens here. Okay, and there you go. So I think that proves the point pretty strongly, right? I mean, so let's just take a look at our trades here. Let me put that forward. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 winners. Okay, so let me just make sure you understand this buying trade here. So the reason why we bought is because what happened? We broke through this high here. So we bought the pullback expecting a what? Higher low, because we made a higher high. So it's really that simple. If you can trade with the trend, you saw I'm not even really trying here, but I'm still able to capture tons and tons of winning trades because I'm just trading with the trend. So as long as you are trading with the trend, you should see a pretty big increase in your win rate. Now there is another way to trade with the trend. It's not my personal favorite, but some people may prefer it if they're having a hard time with doing this. Then let me show you another way of identifying the trend and trading with the trend. Okay, so the second way to increase your win rate or identify the trend is by using this indicator right here. I'm actually going to make it a little bit easier to see. We're going to increase the thickness of that. Okay, so we can see that we have a massive blue line on our chart. You know what also should be blue? The like button. If we get to 100 likes, that would be amazing. That's all I ask in return for these free videos. Oh, and if you want to join our free Discord and learn more about Forex trading, links as always in the description down below, as well as our mentoring program where we teach you how to trade patterns and price action. So that is going to be that shameless plug. Let's get into this indicator. So this is the EMA, the exponential moving average. You can see it right in the top left corner of my screen, EMA 200. So what this does is basically just takes the average price of the last 200 candles. So we are on the 1 hour time frame. So this takes the average price of the last 200 hours, right? So the last 200 candles, or the last 200 hours, because they are hourly candles, put into this simple little moving average. So it's very, very simple. What you're going to do is only look to be buying when price is trading above this blue line. So if it's trading above its 200 moving average, then you can look to buy. And you can see already how when this thing is, well, Aussie NZD, when Aussie NZD is trading above, trading above this blue line, you can see that there are tons of buying opportunities. Almost every single dip is a buying opportunity to some extent, until of course it starts trading below it. So we break below the 200 average, and now you can see what happens. We go back to our example, right? We go into that downtrend. Now obviously it's not going to work every single time. The reason why I don't love this method is because when the markets are choppy, then this moving average can become choppy as well, and that is going to make it a little bit more difficult to identify the trend. But you could always use both of these strategies, right? So now look at when we start breaking below this moving average. What's going to happen? We're going to start making lower highs, and you know the rest of the story. Lower low. I mean, look at how many times it actually is a level of support and resistance. Okay, the 200 EMA is a big level of support and resistance. You can actually just look to, if you really wanted to, if you wanted a free strategy to test, okay, all you could really do is, if you see the price is trading above the 200 EMA, then just start buying it at the 200 EMA until it breaks lower with some force, okay? And then if it's below it, then you can just short at the 200 EMA. I mean, if you look at this chart right now, if you just did exactly that, let's just say you bought when it's above, so let's just buy every time it touches the 200 EMA, you can see we had 3 winners right there. And then once it starts breaking lower with some force, right, that is clearly a big breach of that 200 EMA. Now check it out, every time it touches this 200 EMA, let's just say we short, you can see that our entry points are pretty darn accurate still. Exception for this one, that was a little tough to make money on, but you get the point. Still, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and well, 7. We got 6 winners, 1 loser. Okay, so and that still might not even be a loser. I mean, you know, this is all hindsight, right? We're just looking through the past, so this is a little difficult to tell, you know, where we would actually, if we would take a loss on this trade, or if we would have held it and take profit here. But that doesn't matter. Nonetheless, you can see that if we are trading above this 200 EMA, look to buy. If we are trading below this 200 EMA, look to sell. And that is how you can identify the trend and make it easy on yourself. So very simple, and those are 2 key ways to identify the trend. And identifying the trend is the key to increasing your win rate, especially if you are a beginner. If you're a beginner, please, for the love of God, don't trade against the trend. The trend is your friend, and that is all you really need to know for this video. So now into the best part of this video, how to never lose a single Forex trade ever again. Obviously, that is an exaggeration. You will lose, money-wise, you will lose on, at best around 30% of your trades. But there is a way to never technically lose another Forex trade again, and that is stop considering your losses to be losses, because you always gain something from every losing trade. And I know that sounds extremely corny, but just listen, okay? Every time you lose a trade, it is because you got something wrong. For the most part, there's always going to be the times where you lose and there's nothing you can do about it. But for the most part, especially if you're a beginner, if you are losing a trade, it's because you did something wrong. Just, a pilot, on average, they say a pilot needs to make 7 consecutive mistakes in order for a plane to crash. It's not caused by 1 or 2 or 3 mistakes. It's caused by 7 consecutive mistakes that the pilot or the crew make that cause a plane crash. So you need to be aware of your mistakes. And if you're not aware of your mistakes, you'll just keep crashing that plane over and over again, because you'll keep making the same consecutive mistakes over and over again. So how do we avoid these mistakes? The key is very simple. It's going to be journaling your trades. And I know that sounds like a ton of homework, but there are a few things you can do. One, you can, instead of journaling your trades, you can do video entries. So I record my, at the end of every trading day, I'll record myself going over my trades and seeing, well, actually, this is the second part. What you can do is ask yourself 2 questions. This is what I do every single day, and this will make a dramatic change in your trading. You ask yourself, why did I take this trade or trades, right? And what could I have done better? So these 2 questions will single-handedly turn your trading around. I can almost guarantee that you will improve if you can do this every day on a daily basis, right? So you're going to do the following. Either you're going to open a Google Docs and just write this down, these 2 questions, or you're going to do it in a video format. If you want a free video recording software, you can use OBS. It's what I'm using in this video right now. OBS recorder. You can look it up. Free download, free recording. So you're going to ask yourself these 2 questions. Why did I take this trade or trades, right? Why did I take these trades? So you're going to answer. You have to have an answer to this question. If you don't know why you took the trade, then why are you trading at all? So why did you take this trade? Ration the trade to yourself. Convince yourself why you took the trade and if it was a good trade or a bad trade. Then you want to ask yourself, what could I have done better? So if you take nothing away from this video, this is the only thing that really matters. If you can answer on a daily basis, what could I have done better? Meaning you see what you did wrong and you see a way to improve it. Even if you just improve by literally 0.5% every single day, then guess what? By the end of the year, you'll be 100, 200 times better than you were before. So just asking yourself these 2 questions, why did I take this trade? Or what could I have done better? Then you will slowly start realizing your mistakes. Maybe not on the first week, right? Maybe not the first 7 entries, maybe not the first 12 entries, maybe not the first 50 entries, but with time, when you keep repeating these questions over and over again, and you keep seeing the trades over and over again, your brain will lock on to what you are doing wrong. It'll slowly start making sense, and you'll slowly start improving. This is not, this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's going to be a slow and steady race until eventually, boom, it'll click. And that's when you're financially free for pretty much the rest of your life, right? Or at least that's the goal. So get out there and start asking questions and trading with the trend.
All right, so that is how you never lose another Forex trade your entire life. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, all I ask in return is that quick like button and subscribe. And if you want to hit that bell notification icon to get a notification every time I post, that would be great too. If you want to join our Discord, links as always in the description down below, as well as our mentoring program to learn how to trade patterns and price action. I hope you guys enjoyed, I really do, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.